when I see them in restaurants, when I see them in the airports, when I see them in the streets, when I see them in their house, it looks awful. It looks stressful. It looks tiring. And again, if you're living in Dubai, it's so expensive. I don't see myself wanting that. Hi, my name is Razan Niazi. Welcome to another episode of Bidun Sukkar, where conversations are unfiltered and not sugar-coated. I can never get this right. So for today's episode, I am not going to have any introductions. I'll just get into it. I don't know if I want to have kids. And I think this is a big statement that I've recently started making and speaking out loud, because as soon as you say something about kids or having a choice about having kids or not, people look down on it, or people act like رفست النعمة, يعني كأنه you should be lucky, privileged. I don't know which one is it. It just, I don't understand why we put this pressure on us to have children. I don't think everyone should be a parent, first of all. And second of all, I assume that the reason why people have kids is changing. I mean, we're not in an era where we need to have kids to survive us. And also, even if we want someone to survive us, why does that matter, really? Okay, that sounds a bit bleak. But what I'm trying to say here is, I'm not saying I don't want kids. I'm saying I don't know if I want to. Because, if you say these things, everyone says, you will change your mind when you grow up. You'll want to see your kids. Or who's going to take care of you? But isn't that a governmental problem? Do I want to bring kids so they can take care of their dying parents? Watch them do that? Because I was a caregiver for my dad for 5 years before he died. Suddenly and a bit tragically. Which is difficult. Do I want to put any other child through that? Do I want to put my own child through that? I don't know. But the reasons I have for not wanting kids is different than that. I think also, as an Arab girl, you rarely, if ever, get freedom. And I grew up just looking for ways to get it. We didn't have the once I turn 18, I'm my own person, the westernized version of adulthood. Women are underage, let's say, or require a guardian until they get married, and then you have a new guardian. That's it. We don't have that freedom that other people have. So when I finally had it, I don't know if I can let it go. I've seen people make their life all about their kids, and I think if I were to have kids, most likely I'll be doing the same things. It's not that I won't hate my own kids. I don't like kids. I don't understand them. I don't know what to do with them. I didn't grow up with enough children. And this is one of my children, Talu. It's just, I don't know how to connect with them. When I see families with children and I see how much they struggle, I don't want that. I don't want that in my life. And they're expensive. I know everyone will say, you shouldn't worry about the money. It'll come with the children, but I don't know about that. I don't know if I can let go of my newly found freedom. I don't know if I can take care of something else besides me and my little family. Me and my husband are a family. Me and my husband and my 2 cats are a family. I want to normalize people not having children, because the way it's portrayed is usually something's wrong with the woman or something's wrong with the couple. One of them is incapable and that's a good reason for cheating or ending a relationship and all of that. But I just can't see myself doing that. And also, another reason that I have is, maybe this is very personal, but it's about, I think if I were to have kids, I would love them so much that I don't think I can bear living with the idea of not having them or losing them. I've dealt with a lot of loss in my life. I've lost a lot of people from my family, and just having that thought that you are bringing to the world this being that you will be forever connected to and forever worried that something will happen. I don't know if I can do that. That's something maybe I have to work on, and I will. But I don't think it's something easy. Another reason I've started hearing is, do we want to bring kids to this world where climate change is real, has been real, where we are living in a very difficult and disturbing and unsettling world. A lot of the women in my circles, I've been hearing them say, I don't want to bring kids. So I'm not sure where to take it from here, but I felt like it is important to say loud and clear that I don't know if I want them. And it's not because something is wrong with me, and it's not because I can't, or I don't know if I can. It's not because any of that. It's because I value my freedom, especially if you've done the work for yourself, such as going to therapy or have gone through stuff. I don't want to bring kids to have them go to therapy. And I feel like no matter what you do, something will go wrong. Something will hurt them. People will always have some kind of trauma. And I've dealt with a lot of trauma, so I don't know if I want someone else, especially someone who I would love so much, to do that. But yeah, that's another conversation, I suppose. But also, I think another thing is I used to be a fat person. I lost the weight. We will talk about it in another episode. And I finally have some kind of control over my body. I am scared of pregnancy. I'm scared of having kids. My body has gone through so much that I don't know if it will be reversible after having kids. I know it sounds selfish, but it took me so long and so much of work to love myself and love who I am and love the body that I'm in, and to lose the weight and to lose the shame of being overweight or not, and how I lost it and all of these things, only to have children. I know a lot of people say, it's all worth it, and they do. And a lot of families, a lot of women, a lot of parents glamorize having kids. But when I see them in restaurants, when I see them in the airports, when I see them in the streets, when I see them in their house, it looks awful. It looks stressful. It looks tiring. And again, if you're living in Dubai, it's so expensive. I don't see myself wanting that. I think the only reason I would want kids is because if my partner wanted it. I don't know if that's even fair for me to bring or to have kids just because someone else wants them. But also, is it fair for me to forbid someone from having kids just because I don't want to? I don't have answers, and I think we're taking it as we go. But my fear is I reach a place where my partner wants kids and I don't want kids. And I don't think either of us should compromise. But what is it? Why do we bring kids to the world? If we remove all the cultural notions, all of the things that are deep rooted inside of us, including saying this is just nature, it's innate, it's your instinct. Because right now I don't have any instinct to have kids. Right now I don't have any need. I have needs for kittens and puppies and I don't know, something else. And I know it sounds brutal, but I don't have it. Maybe I will, and this is the only reason I'm keeping the conversation open, and I'm considering freezing my eggs because I want the opportunity. And I think the fact that women have an expiry date of some sort is ridiculous. Unfortunately, that's how our bodies work. But all of those, if we remove all the cultural norms and notions and pressures and all of these things, what remains? Why do we bring kids to the world? Is it out of narcissism, where we need to continue our lineage and stuff like that? Is it because I read it somewhere that having kids is the ultimate portrayal of downloading data, which makes sense. You are bringing all your genetics, all your genetic coding, and transmitting it to someone, or passing it on. Why do we have this obsession of bringing to life a little thing that looks like us? I don't know. And yeah. That's my little confession of the day / podcast of the day. Tell me what you think. Where do you stand on this debate? Is it a debate for you? Do you want kids? Do you like kids? Do you have kids? Also, I read a few articles on BuzzFeed, I'm still a millennial after all, about confessions of people who never wanted kids and had kids. I will post it up. You guys take a look at it. It scares me. If I were to have kids, I don't want them to think ever that I didn't want them. I never want anyone to feel like they're unwanted in this world. And a lot of people bring kids that are unwanted. And those are the people who become toxic and traumatize and hurt other people's. Hurt people. I know. It sounds like it's an Instagram post. I read it somewhere, but it makes sense. So yeah, tell me what you think. Tune in, share, and I'll see you next time.